kick it off with a big story today. Safety concerns in local schools. Recently, we've reported on quite a few stories involving Montgomery County schools and opioid use, including multiple overdoses on school campuses. And now there are efforts underway to keep students safe. Our Stephanie Ramirez has stayed on top of this story. We know that Montgomery County has been at the forefront of this locally. Stepho, what's the latest out of MCPS?
So we're talking about expanding Narcan right now, and that was a big part of the conversation, Narcan education as well, at the big forum that Montgomery County Public Schools had hosted on Saturday to talk about fentanyl, illicit drug awareness and prevention measures, as well as what to do afterward, which is the Narcan. That is the life-saving drug here. It's known as, well, the nickname is Narcan, but it's naloxone, and that it's a nasal spray, and it's an antidote to overdoses, especially the overdoses that we're seeing in schools. So talking about expanding it is the question. We did hear from county leaders last week saying that they were looking at placing Narcan at AED locations in the public schools. But the question is, should students be able to carry Narcan? We actually learned from the county's health officer that the Maryland State Board of Education actually does not allow that. And it's not any one rule against Narcan alone. It's more so that there's medications that students have to have permission from the state to be able to bring onto the campus, so that it's not just, they're not just bringing on whatever to the school campuses. And so that is something now that the school system is looking at, working on putting some kind of plan together on how they can expand it and then submit that to the State Board of Education. But we do know there's a lot of participation at that Saturday meeting, especially from students who want to know more to try and help their fellow students that are going through this. Guys?
So to be clear, Steph, they're going to allow students to administer Narcan at schools?
So this is for students to carry and would likely be for them to administer. So right now we are told that the principals are educated, trained, and have Narcan. Nurses, a lot of the school security staff were told. But the question is, the kids who are seeing this, or if they have access to it, can they administer it? That part of it is not clear, but we definitely know for kids to carry on that that's something that the State Board of Education needs to approve. So we did reach out to the State Board. Hopefully we get an answer from them, but county leaders did confirm this is something that they're working on right now.
And this is specifically the Narcan nasal, not the punch or the EpiPen one, right?
Correct. We're talking about Narcan. Now, again, there are other medications that require State Board of Education approval, but right now, to fight this fentanyl crisis that's seen all across the country, but especially here in Montgomery County, it's Narcan. And also, we're being told, too, that if it is that someone does administer it and it ends up not being an opioid overdose, that it's still not going to hurt that person, but it's important that that training happens. And even the health officer that we spoke with for the county was saying that for the greater good of the community, it's important that everyone really know how to use this, but it's a question of will someone get in trouble if they bring it on? Because there are likely probably students who already went through that training that have it here trying to help their friends, but it's just getting through the logistical legality of what's going on that they're working on.
Wow.
Stephanie Ramirez for us in that Montgomery County. There's a Good Samaritan law in most places that allows you to administer this type of drug to save someone's life, but of course you get into this, you know, sometimes the remedy is not always a solution or the remedy that there's thought of, the solution to the problem. Education,
and
I think,
it's a lot of responsibility for a high school kid.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Absolutely.
Wow.
We're asking those questions because I think that if you train the adults in the room and the students are trained, does that mean that now another minor could be responsible for some worse outcome?
Yeah.
A lot of questions there, folks.
A lot of questions.